Hi everyone, and welcome back to Bukola Naturals and DIYs channel. My name is Bukola. First of all, I'm gonna apologize for the background noise because I have my children in the house. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how to make shampoo with hibiscus flower. So I'll be using dried hibiscus for this recipe, and hibiscus flower is very good for dry and damaged hair, and it contains properties that can help fight dandruff. It keeps your hair healthy and moisturized, and it can help thicken your hair and also add volume to it. It also prevents split ends and stimulates hair growth. So for this recipe, what I'm gonna first do is to soak my hibiscus dry flowers in warm distilled water. Do not use tap water for this recipe. You need distilled water. So I'm going to let it steep in this water for about 20 minutes. And while I'm waiting, I'm gonna cover it with this cling film, just to avoid anything falling into the water. So while waiting, I'm going to weigh my guar gum. So guys, to thicken this shampoo, we need a thickener to increase the viscosity and to also enhance its appearance. So there are different types of natural gums that can be used for shampoos. For example, xanthan gum, guar gum arabic. But for this recipe, I'll be using guar gum. It's always good to first mix the gum with glycerin to form a slurry before adding it into the water to avoid lumps. And salt can also be used to thicken shampoos and body washes, but for this recipe I'll be using guar gum. So a good way to let your gum hydrate is to wait for like 1 hour, 2 hours. Okay, so it will be thick enough, but I'm not waiting for 1 hour today, but you can wait for 1 hour. Okay, so guys, another ingredient I'm adding is sodium phytate. So sodium phytate is a chelating agent. I usually add this to most of my mixtures because they are preservative boosters, and they do lots of things, like also it reduces hardness in water, and it also avoids discoloration in products, and it's an antioxidant agent as well. So this is the hibiscus flower water, guys. I had to sift it off camera. So what I'm gonna do right now is to add the chelating agents, the sodium phytate. There are different chelating agents that you can buy, okay, but I'm just using sodium phytate because it's natural. And I'll also be adding the guar gum mixture with glycerin, the slurry. I'm gonna add it into the water and then whisk it. So even after whisking, I had some lumps inside. There are still some lumps inside. So what I'm going to do right now is to use a stick blender to disperse the gum. So what I'm gonna do right now is to weigh my surfactants. So guys, a surfactant is the core of shampoo formula. So surfactants are surface active agents. They are a vast group of chemicals that are the core ingredients of the shampoo. So what they do is that they bring cleansing action, they lather, and add some conditioning into the formulation. So guys, I think I'm going to talk about this in another video. I'm going to explain better in another video and talk about surfactants. Okay, so I'm going to add Decyl glucoside into this formulation. It is a non-ionic surfactant. I'm also going to talk about this in another video because I don't want to explain too much. And I'll also be adding coco glucoside, which is another non-ionic surfactant. And the last surfactant I'm adding is Cocamidopropyl betaine, which is also known as coco betaine. This is an amphoteric surfactant, and it reduces the aggressiveness of the primary surfactant. Okay, so it makes it milder. So what I'm doing right now is mixing them together, mixing the mixture together. As you can see, the color is darkening, and this is due to the pH. So we're going to lighten it a little bit with a pH adjuster. So if you want the mixture to be lighter, maybe if you want the hibiscus to be lighter, you can just add little hibiscus flower instead of you just adjust the flour, the amount of flour you add into it. So what I'm doing now, since I didn't eat anything, what I'm going to do right now is to add my active ingredients. So I'm going to add panthenol. It contains vitamin B5, which acts as a long-lasting moisturizing agent for the hair. It prevents damage to the hair, gives volume to the hair, it increases shine. It's an emollient that helps to strengthen the hair and to repair the hair. So panthenol is a very good ingredient for hair care products. So another ingredient that I love adding to hair care products is wheat protein, hydrolyzed wheat protein, which is also known as phytokeratin. So it's so what wheat protein does is to repair the hair, restructure it, and give it a filming action. It facilitates styling and make the hair voluminous, shiny, and it also adds moisture to the hair. So it's usually used for hair care products and even for skincare products. Another ingredient I added to this mixture is a broad spectrum preservative, which is very important. This is to avoid the formation of yeast, bacteria, molds in the shampoo. Okay, so when you make any water-based products, you need to add a broad spectrum preservative. So guys, in this shampoo I want to add fragrance oil and also geranium essential oil, but oil and water do not mix together, so I'll be needing a solubilizer. So I'll be using Polysorbate 20 as my solubilizer, but there are different solubilizers you can use as well. But for this one, I'll be using Polysorbate 20 and I'll be using fragrance oils mixed with geranium essential oil. So what I'm gonna do right now is to pour my hydrolyzed wheat protein into the mixture and to also add the essential oils as well. So guys, the next step is to control the pH. So it was too high. What I did was to add citric acid to reduce the pH. Citric acid is a pH adjuster, so I added it to reduce the pH. So guys, now the shampoo is ready. What I'm doing now is pouring it into this clear plastic bottle, which is also recyclable. So as you can see here, you can see the foam, you can see that the shampoo is cloudy, but don't worry, just give it 24 hours and the cloudiness is going to disappear, the foam is going to disappear. This is just because of the stirring and the mixing. So and if you want it to be lighter than this, all you have to do is just to use less flour. So we're going to wait for 24 hours and I'm going to show you how it is after.